Hi, this is Dan, recording on the day of the upload, July 12th, 2023. We recorded this episode in late May. I believe we give an exact date at some point in the recording. And you can probably also tell because there are multiple references to old news. Well, enjoy, I guess. Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast. I am the teacher, Dan.
I'm one of the students, Morg.
And I'm Devon, the other student.
And we return after a couple months of not recording to talk about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I got to admit, these are not in a linear order. I kind of had to machete these up. We're actually going back to an earlier episode that we didn't cover. Or both of them, actually.
We gotta cover one of them, because I recognize it from the YouTube poops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely recognize some scenes here from the YouTube poops.
Gotta have that poop.
Gotta get it.
Where there's smoke, they pinch back.
Oh, God.
So, we have... It might be surprising to learn, but in 2 months, a lot of news can happen. So, I'm opening up the Sonic Twitter to jog my memory. First off, on April 1st... Well, actually, not on April 1st. On March 30th or 31st, a new Sonic game came out. March 31st. It was an April Fool's game titled "The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog." It is a mystery visual novel, very, very influenced by your Professor Layton's or Ace Attorney's. And it's about a murder mystery train, and it's kind of a game, but it's kind of not. Or the characters are playing a game, I should say. It's really good. I think it's some of the best writing in a Sonic video game. Best character writing for sure in a Sonic game in a while.
Which
Frontiers was good, but this was really good.
It goes to prove the best Sonic game would just be a visual novel.
I hope they release... I hope they try to do more of these. I gotta say, a lot of the time when a game development studio makes an April Fool's visual novel, it's usually a riff on Otome by people who have never played Otome. But this one... they went with something they knew and could make good jokes about. It's really good, and I really love it. It does feature, as part of its promotional artwork, Sonic the Hedgehog dressed as a ship's captain doing the Family Guy death pose.
God damn it.
I
haven't actually played it yet, even though it's been out for a while.
You haven't?
No, I suck.
More...
I'm not good at following through on shit.
I did... Maybe we'll cover it next April Fool's or something. It's a cute little game, I think. I will say also, as having played it, I think it is held back a little bit by this mini game that comes throughout it. Like, I think the mini game comes to a good conclusion, but it does feel a little busy worky at times. There, in other news, they announced an upgrade to the original Sonic Mania, or not Sonic Mania, Sonic Origins, called Sonic Origins Plus. Sonic Origins Plus is, I don't know if it costs money or if it's free, but actually it probably does cost money, because one of the major things about Sonic Origins Plus is that it adds a bunch of Game Gear games, which I don't believe have been playable on a modern system for a hot minute. They were also going to add like some music stuff, some new fun features like getting to play as Knuckles and Amy in Sonic 1 and 2. There's I think they might be doing some music stuff. There is still the problem that I'm pretty sure they don't have the titles that were attributed to Michael Jackson's group, which, as far as I can tell, were not actually made by Michael Jackson, but were, under like the group he was working with. The Knuckles spin-off series is still in production, or has started production. It'll be coming to Paramount Plus. I believe it had been announced around the time the second movie came out. We got a fun piece of promotional art featuring Knuckles' hat from the Sonic OVA, but in real life. One last piece of news, fairly recently announced. The Sonic Symphony is going to go on a world tour. Actually, I think this has been announced before, but we're now actually starting to get like locations and dates. Right now, they've only announced 2 tours: the tour in London, or the tour in the UK, and the tour in America. We only know 2 locations. One will be in London on September 16th, 2023, and the other will be in Los Angeles on September 30th, 2023. I believe they'll be announcing more dates in the future. Let's see. I think that's all the news.
Will this be our first Podcast Life episode?
Uh-huh. Oh, right. We're gonna do a live show just at the Sonic Symphony. We're just gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be loud as shit.
We're gonna talk over it.
Uh-huh.
You can pay with that with our Patreon at sonic.shuffle.
Yeah.
.patreon.starline.
God damn it.
Eggman.com. .net.
There is one last piece of news. I missed, 2 other pieces of news. One of them small. We've gotten to see merch of that Lego set. Or actually, there's new Lego sets for Sonic that are being developed. And also the first of the 3 updates to Sonic Frontiers has come out. It is based on, I believe it's adding, it's called the Speed, Sights, and Sounds update, I think. It's just like a sound test, what's the word? Concept art and a hard mode. And the next update will be coming in, I believe, June for Sonic's 37th? Hang on, I need to check it.
Birthday?
What an old fucking man.
32nd. 32nd anniversary.
Damn.
It's been around for a while.
This motherfucker's older than me.
If you're under 30, check out Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis.
I think I will.
Yeah, that is, to the best of my knowledge... Oh, wait, one more piece of news. I'm sorry. But this is the last one, for sure. The last piece of news I have is that they're going to be continuing Sonic Prime on July 13th. I don't know if it's classified as a second season, or if it's like with some other Netflix shows where it's released in two halves that are not considered seasons. But it is continuing in July. Okay, I think that's everything. So, let's get into these episodes.
Yeah, it's great to be back with Eggman's giant ass.
His ass!
Yeah,
That's what I recognize.
This one's for the Eggman ass lovers.
That's what I recognize from the YouTube poops, of course. Is
Yeah.
his big ass. His big ole ass.
His big old dumper.
He's got a fucking keister. He's caked up.
Yeah, he's it's hard for him to conquer the world when he's dragging that wagon.
God.
So, we're going back to episode 11, Sonic Song. We open at a radio station where a performer named Caddy Carlisle has composed a new song about Sonic the Hedgehog. It's the Sonic the Hedgehog theme, from all Sonic stuff that existed at this time.
Hey, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Have the animators ever seen a cat?
Yeah, I was also wondering that.
Yeah, she does look a little weird. She
looks like a fish.
Yeah,
She got fins.
yeah. They gave her they made her ears weird. They look like fins. She's got this nose that is not an animal nose. It looks more like a person nose.
Yeah.
I'm not talking super realistic, but in terms of cartoon physiology,
They were uncomfortable drawing an animal nose. It kind of looks like anything Ken Penders makes.
So
I like Milton Knight, and I'm not going to sully his name with Ken Penders, but it is very much it is very much a person who has never drawn a cartoon animal like this type of drawing.
Maybe Kenny was sitting in that day and contributed.
Yeah, sure. Just
I'm gonna start calling him Kenny now.
yeah, I was like, wow, that's very familiar.
I know. We're close.
But yeah, it's everyone loves this song and they keep playing it.
Yeah, everyone loves country music.
Everyone loves country covers of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's a very average country song. No, I'm just kidding. It's worse than an average country song.
This is...
It's no Carrie Underwood, but...
Yeah, for sure.
I imagine this is for white people, what every, 90s rap made by people who don't listen to rap sounds like.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This is Vanilla Ice.
Oh, no. Too real.
Robotnik, of course, absolutely hates it. Even though Scratch and Grounder, oddly enough, do like it, and their enjoyment of the song does ruin their ability to catch Sonic one time.
I think it's their ability to not turn the switch on their trap.
That's true. They had an oversized bear trap that was supposed to pull Sonic into a tree, but they forgot to turn it on.
Yeah, what the fuck? You don't turn on a bear okay. I know it's a robot, and I know it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah,
I do love constructing a robot bear trap.
I love it when... I love designing a bear trap that you can only turn on while you're facing the bear trap. Robotnik is so upset about this song that he tells Scratch and Grounder to go to the radio station to kidnap Caddy and make her write a song about Robotnik. They do so very easily.
For real.
Yeah, it's kind of really easy.
Mm-hmm. It is very funny thinking about, in what I've observed of this show, that there is some sort of power scale where Scratch and Grounder are really incompetent unless it's against someone who isn't Sonic the Hedgehog. Then they're okay.
It goes to show that there is a power level in this world.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's like Sonic, platinum tier.
Mm-hmm.
Scratch and Grounder are like gold or silver tier.
Mm-hmm.
But that's still pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah, Robotnik is gold, Scratch and Grounder is silver, and the average Mobian is like bronze.
Bronze, yeah.
Yeah, some of them don't even make bronze.
Yeah, what's below bronze? Tin?
Where do you guys
foil?
put Doofus?
Doofus I would put at around gold tier. I think he can hold his own against Robotnik, but I think he's outplayed by Sonic.
Yeah, that's why Sonic's platinum.
Uh-huh.
Damn, Sonic's platinum?
Yeah,
He's gone double platinum? Fuck.
He is.
The Sonic song that we're listening to has gone double platinum.
That's why they're calling him the King of Country.
Oh, God.
Eventually, thankfully, the plans are temporarily interrupted when Sonic shows up to distract Scratch and Grounder by disguising himself as some sort of television news reporter. And just, interviewing them. Robotnik yells at them by calling in on the show. And Sonic, Tails, and Caddy run off to a private studio.
Did you guys like to hear Scratch and Grounder talk about the hot fembots that they're going to get?
Oh, there is a line about that, huh?
Yeah. No. First, Grounder is like, I would like to thank my mommy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And Scratch is like, you don't have a fucking mother.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, okay, but I want some hot fembots.
Scratch.
My man.
To disassemble me.
Oh. Yeah!
Is what he said.
I was like, is disassembling horny? I guess.
Is that sexual?
It must be. I mean... Oh, boy.
Is it sexual for the Transformers every time they go from, like, man to car mode?
Oh, no.
That's a different podcast.
That's a different podcast, and I think... I don't know. I feel like I wanted to connect some joke here about, like, weird, horny anime, but I can't.
We'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, Robotnik decide, like, Scratch and Grounder tried to, like, get home without getting caught by Robotnik, but they fail. And, Robotnik has decided he is going to end all music in all forms. And as he's, like, declaring this, Bird is, like, outside, just a regular-ass Bird, just tweeting the Sonic song.
Yeah, it's tweeting it out with fucking Twitter.com.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Robotnik is getting rich.
It's fine, we'll get there.
I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry.
It's been a while.
I have to get back into the rhythm of things.
Podcaster brain booting up.
It's funny because it's not like I stopped podcasting, but it just wasn't this one.
Every podcast is a new podcast.
Every choice is a conscious choice.
Every
it's true.
Podcast is a conscious podcast.
Damn, it's so true.
But the bird then shits on Robotnik's face. I do recognize this from YouTube poop because I think in the YouTube poop they make it look like someone came on him.
He says it's an egg, or they say, "Oh, you have egg on your face," and I'm like, "No, that bird shat on his face for
got
sure."
Shit on
Projectile style. But Robotnik designs this big robot, this big, intimidating, manly robot.
This big, intimidating, manly, maybe Jewish robot.
Maybe Jewish. The Music Destroyer robot, referred to as MD for short, he hears music and despite what his appearance might belie, he suddenly goes into this very whiny mid-century Jewish man voice. I don't know. I don't know enough celebrities to say what he sounds like, so I do not know any celebrities that a guy who's really into Rubber Hose cartoons knows about. But he sounds like that.
A real Mel Brooks types.
And he just goes around shushing people and stealing their instruments and yelling about how he wants no more music, and it works really well.
Yeah, he chokes out a penguin, who makes the worst noise I've ever seen.
Caddy gets kidnapped again, and Robotnik makes her. He wants her to write a song for him or contribute. He says "collab, bro" as he throws her an accordion, and then starts doing his own bit of music as he gets out the organ and
gets out his huge ass.
Yeah. Whenever Robotnik is playing the organ, his ass just gets a lot bigger and inflates, and he's jiggling it as he's adjusting to move to the keys. It's very detailed. I don't think it's horny, but I do know that that one of the I distinctly recall I think I might have mentioned this before, but there's a character design document by Milton Knight where he talks about what he wants Robotnik to look like and act like, and they really want him to have a big fat ass.
Oh, it's horny for someone, you know that.
Yeah, this is not horny, but was an awakening.
Yes,
you know?
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Definitely an awakening for the ass men I know in my life.
Which a lot of things in this cartoon probably was.
I mean, we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the inflation community loves this show.
Yeah, the inflation community, pancaking.
What if you got super muscular?
Yeah. Getting cummed in the face, I don't know.
What if you just looked out your window and something splat you in the face? Yeah.
Wet and messy.
Yeah. Next episode, there's kind of a slime component.
Oh.
Do you think this is kind of slime?
It was the 90s. People loved slime back then.
Oh, it was all the rage.
But anyways, Robotnik, he's got his own thing. The song itself sounds the music itself sounds okay, but he's awful at writing lyrics. They're sort of off key. I don't know if off key is the right word. They're mostly complimenting himself.
My man's ain't got no bars.
He has no bars. He's just sort of saying words as he plays organ dirges.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
He really is just saying words.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame
Damn,
too,
it's true.
The guy who voices him was like a jazz or a blues musician.
Oh,
that explains the bit later.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been funny if, like, he just pulled out all the stops here. Like, even if it was the same lyrics, and he was just like, time to fucking go for it.
Oh, if it was like Kevin Conroy playing Batman and randomly just using his pipes.
Yeah.
I've been watching Justice League again.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I'm just looking at his albums real quick. Great stuff. He is on Spotify. Look up Long John Baldry if you want to hear some, like, blues or jazz or whatever he's doing. I can never remember.
I love that his name is Long John Baldry.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, I'm just looking at these albums, these great album covers. He's kind of like a guy with a blonde beard and long hair and a hat.
Yeah.
They're great covers.
This is the exact kind of guy who would be named Long John.
Mm-hmm.
Long John Silver.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm just... the guy from I Think You Should Leave who's obsessed with jazz definitely knows him for his music and not for being Dr. Robotnik. But anyways, Sonic and Tails have to go rescue Caddy.
And they fail.
They do fail.
Yeah, MD is too good, apparently.
Yeah.
It's because he's so muscular.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They have like a cartoon fight with him where that ends where he lands on them and captures them by having inadvertently crushed them under his weight.
Oh yeah, another thing for the fellas being crushed.
Oh no, what if he fell on me? No, that'd be awful.
Yeah.
I would hate it.
We get more Robotnik performance. Scratch and Grounder are doing backup in outfits that I have to assume is some kind of reference. They're very specific outfits. They're like yellow blazers with like colorful afro wigs.
Yeah. They seem familiar, but I only think of Mirror Bee from Pokemon Coliseum.
Maybe that's what it is.
No.
Big Mirror Bee fans.
It's the other way around, if anything. Where Mirror Bee would be. But I think it might be like, yeah, it seems familiar, and I'm like, I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, it strikes me as very, like, 60s or possibly 70s.
It's very, yeah, I mean, it is like a disco thing. But it's, like, weird because it's like, oh, it's a pipe organ. But there's, like, these disco dancers. It's silly.
Yeah.
Mirror B was really just wearing, like, an unbuttoned shirt, but kept it tucked in.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking at him now.
I love him so much. What a fucking
I'm
freak.
obsessed with him.
You know, some people... I'm sorry, I'm just...
Some people got it.
Yeah. Open blazer with a scarf is an unusual combination, to be sure. And that's not even talking about the big afro that looks like a Pokeball.
Yeah.
Or, like, the boots. The one glove.
Oh, he's got one glove. I didn't
The
even
star
notice that.
belt buckle.
God, his fucking theme song's so good.
It's so good. Pokemon not doing it like it used to. For one game.
It's what a weird little. It's very fun.
2 games, really.
Sorry, 2 games.
XD exists.
XD Gale of Darkness.
That was my shit. I finished that one before I finished Coliseum when I was a kid. This is completely irrelevant, but
very experimental era for Nintendo, but I suppose every era of Nintendo is at least a little experimental in some way.
It's weird because sometimes it's very experimental, and then sometimes they just do the same shit over and over and over and over and over.
Indeed.
Man, now I just want to play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
So, after Robotnik forces Scratch and Grounder to be backup dancers for him, they realize they don't want this life. They don't want to be backup dancers. They just want cartoon hijinks. So
they just want to grill.
Shout out to when the maybe Jewish caricature walks in and is like, "Is that music you guys are doing?" No. And then leaves.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh no, that's not music. Never mind."
No, it sounds bad.
That shit sucks.
So they decide to work out a plan with Sonic and Tails to let them out. So they can later betray him and, capture him.
Yeah. Turns out, this guy has a big fuse on his ass.
He just has... they just say, pull the big fuse on him, and he'll turn off, and they do it off screen.
And it works.
The plan worked perfectly.
Yeah, I was like...
Went out without a hitch.
He seems poorly built. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe don't design your robot with a big fuse on his ass.
So, they do that completely off screen. I would have loved to see some hijinks, but no. Right now, they've got to work out a plan with Sonic and Tails where they sort of have to lure them into a trap, which is an oil slick with a pole in the middle, and when you hit the pole, a big cage comes down. It's Mousetrap.
It's Mousetrap.
For Mousetrap.
Yeah, it's Mousetrap.
It's Mousetrap.
And like Mousetrap, it doesn't work.
It's also shitty, like Mousetrap.
So, Robotnik repairs MD while Sonic and Tails go to the storage room where all the stolen instruments are.
Is repaired the word for it when all he does is just kind of put his fuse back in?
Yeah. He's just turning them back on.
Yeah, hits the on button.
So, they lure MD in with music until Sonic is able to get to this electric guitar hooked up to some giant speakers and overwhelm MD with the power of rock. MD blows up and the explosion sends Robotnik flying. Robotnik eventually lands on Scratch and Grounder and knock them all into the dumb little trap they set up. I forgot to mention, part of the way the trap doesn't work is Sonic and Tails pretend to run into it, and then Tails just sort of airlifts Sonic over the oil slick. And then
it's just that easy.
Caught in it. It's just that easy. So they all end up, Scratch, Grounder, and Robotnik all end up in the trap. And a radio pops out of Grounder's chest, and Sonic's song is playing again as Sonic, Tails, and Caddy walk into the sunset. Sonic says, for this episode, don't keep your headphones on when you're walking around. You need some situational awareness.
He says, Tails! Tails! Tails, you're gonna get crushed! Oh no, he has his fucking AirPods
He has his AirPods in.
Mm-hmm. Don't leave your AirPods in. Or at least turn it down. Because it's bad. Too much is bad for your hearing.
Yeah. Or everyone talks about it being able to, like, filter out noise. I don't know. Yeah. I don't use them, so...
Listeners, if you're listening to this right now on a phone or other audio device,
keep listening.
Sure the sound isn't. Keep listening, but try not to turn it up too high. Don't put the volume meter in the orange section. Unless you have really shitty headphones and can't hear it over like construction sounds or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have kind of shitty headphones, so
lower your situational awareness more in the construction zone.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you won't be able to hear us make jokes.
Yeah,
you'll miss all our great comedy
as we talk about these episodes of Sonic the Hedgehog.
You'll miss all my Eggman's big fat ass bits.
Mm-hmm.
His big slappable ass.
His big slappable juicy hams.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was gonna maybe like play the piano with his ass at one point. I feel like that's something that
the energy was there.
That definitely happens in some cartoon or another.
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen that.
I mean, it's a bit that Daffy Duck does in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm. That is true. He does do that.
He does.
Moving on to episode 36, Robotnik's Rival. And this one has a title card in the cartoon for the sake of a visual gag where Tails accidentally flies into it.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, what?
It's like Bart gets hit by a car. Sonic and Tails are running from a super tank, being piloted by Robotnik. There's like a big magnet beam Robotnik has put on this thing, and he's gonna use it to send Sonic straight to the North Pole.
I was like, it just carried him. Like, I know that he got interrupted, but I was like, how does that send him? I mean,
you could just shoot him.
Logic, but like, why don't you just shoot him?
If you have the gun pointing at him, you could just shoot him.
He could just do that right now, yeah.
Right at that moment.
But instead, when he fires the beam, another beam shaped like a fist shows up to interrupt him. As another super tank shows up, piloted by a different evil genius.
Yeah, and then they arm wrestle for a little bit with the two beams.
Did you guys like the part where they held hands?
They do hold hands.
I thought it was really inspired.
Yes. So, this other mad scientist is Dr. Brandon Quark, PhD, DDS, CEG, which stands for Crazy Evil Guy, and he wants what Robotnik wants, which is complete total domination.
Hey, quick question. When you look at this guy, what animal do you picture?
Well, he's got duck feet, so probably a duck, or possibly some other...
Or possibly a platypus?
Possibly,
possibly a platypus. You see, I didn't get that at all.
No,
I looked at him and I said frog.
Oh, yeah.
I got Doug vibes because they kept making the joke, but I could definitely see like frog or lizard for like.
Yeah,
I saw the green webbed feet and I was like, oh, frog.
Mm-hmm.
No, but they kept saying. He kept saying Dr. Quack.
Yeah, especially and I was like, but he's a frog.
Especially after he like jumped out and like you see his feet and he's like, yeah, I got into an accident where I was like, I got into a lab accident and I'm like,
he like fused himself with a duck.
Unrelated to anything.
Yeah, it's just because they wanted to keep making Quack references for Quark, and I was like, you could have just made him a duck fully.
Oh, in this world of anthropomorphized animals?
Yeah.
He could have been in some sort of duck, or he could have had a bill, and possibly
a cool glove,
sort of,
and some boots with spurs.
Yeah,
he could have been wearing cowboy boots and had like a little like soft serve swirl on. For his
like
hair.
a shitty comb over.
Mm-hmm. I called him the proto Starline in the Discord, but he's definitely not. Like he is, but he isn't. He wishes, yeah.
They weren't that inspired yet.
Yeah.
It's like convergent evolution.
But he also has a robot, but it's not like Scratch and Grounder. It's a slime man.
Did you like the noises that were appearing every time he moved?
Yes.
I did.
Do you like his voice?
I am obsessed with him.
He has a very
mellow
voice.
He's very sensual. I was like, wow. This definitely awoke something in people. It probably awoke something in me.
What if the nice slime man was had a nice sensual voice?
Oh.
Although his name is Doofus, which I forget what it stands for, but
that's himbo though.
It's some sort of like, he is. It is an acronym. Doofus. I love this guy. He's a clay man. He's got the sexiest voice in the world, and at one point he turns into a sexy lady.
With big bazongas.
And
I was like, wow, someone made this. You always wonder, who
gets to draw that?
Yeah.
Did the artist have the fetish or no? And if they didn't, did they just not notice that they were going to create it in other people?
There's something so clinical about it.
Yeah.
I don't believe they had the fetish because this is
I don't think
just
so either.
So clinical.
Yeah, I think this
more so than the ass shots, obviously.
Oh yeah, the ass shot was completely accidental.
Yeah, I think they might have been inspired by various sci-fi films of the 60s, 70s, and 80s that were much more deliberately horny.
Sometimes you don't know where the horny came from.
Right. It's almost like because the voice on top of the transformation is kind of was. I was like, this definitely awoke something in children. Yeah, good, great.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people who love robots and computers and
slime.
So it's
wow, me too. But no, I actually love him. I don't know. There's because
I'm serious.
He's a very compelling character. The voice actor does a really good job.
Did you guys like when he just turned into a monkey for 3 minutes?
He does turn into a monkey for a couple seconds, and he does hang on that one for a good minute.
Yeah, he just stays there.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
It's really good. So. We get some scenes where Sonic or Quark and Robotnik are both trying to catch Sonic and use and defeat him or capture him or use him for their plans or whatever, and they both sort of keep countering each other. They cancel each other out. One of them sets up a fake picnic,
and the other has Robotnik, evil ants.
Evil ants that get distracted by the fake picnic. There's another one where Robotnik makes everything dark, and Quark has a big glowing tooth.
His solar molar.
Yeah. Which does create this really fun artifact for a good 20 or 30 seconds, where all the lighting is more interesting and they've got, like, shading and stuff. And eventually they figure out something for this third scene, where Sonic and Tails are offered free chili dogs, but as they, like, try to, like, figure out what's going on, they sit on a bench, and the bench is Doofus, and they get caught with the help of, like, Scratch and Grounder, and Quark and Robotnik sort of team up to put Sonic and Tails into a comedy torture prison.
Yeah, put them in the Revolver Ocelot torture rack.
Yeah, they're like hooked to chains by their hands, and also they've got big weights on their feet, and also they're, like, directly above, like, a spike pit. It's great. Sonic and Tails, like, have to come up with, like, they realize they need to, like, break them apart. They need to start their breakup immediately. They come up with a plan to trick Scratch and Grounder by saying, "Oh, we've already escaped. We're just holograms," and everyone has a really hard time saying hologram in this scene.
It's a tough word.
Should have watched the Donkey Kong Country cartoon. They would know all about holograms, how you can go anywhere but you can't do anything. It's like a telegram, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But they sort of trick Grounder into throwing them next to a window, which Sonic can break through and get out. Then Doofus shows up, and Scratch decides to gaslight him and make him think that
this is so
it's
fucked
his
up.
fault. He's like, "You let him out. It's all your fault. You better figure out a plan." So eventually Robotnik and Quark decide to go to the prison cells to gloat for a while. And Sonic and Tails are just sort of back there, not saying anything until Robotnik and Quark leave. And it was actually Doofus in disguise, morphed into Sonic and Tails.
And he feels guilt.
He feels bad.
He hates that he lied to his
guilt.
creator.
Yeah. He's suddenly dealing with the idea... He is dealing with the fact that he now realizes he has free will.
He's dealing with the fact that he committed the original sin.
But he's like, I can live with it. And
I mean, can he?
It kind of breaks him.
It kind of breaks him. Sonic and Tails plots to ruin Robotnik and Quark's friendship. They like spread false news about how they're betraying each other and how Quark is married to Bigfoot. They like they like get their lasers and shoot them at each other. Doofus shows up to like try to mend this a little, tells them to kiss.
He doesn't tell them. Well, he does tell them, but he also forces them.
And then makes them do it, yeah.
Robotnik blushes and Quark spits. So.
And then they get invited to the Baddie Awards. The awards for the biggest baddies in all of Mobius.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Robotnik and Quark. And as we all know, Robotnik is a huge baddie.
Robotnik,
really is.
Big baddie. Bald baddie over there.
Yeah. It seems like Scratch and Grounder and Doofus are sort of collaborating with Sonic and Tails now again.
Yeah, I was like, why?
Yeah, I'm not
No
really
clue.
sure.
I think Scratch and Grounder are tricked because they're dumb as shit.
Uh-huh.
And I think Doofus is genuinely going through a crisis.
Yeah. We get this sort of riff on the Emmys where they show clips of Robotnik and Quark being evil. They starred in the films The Bad, the Worst, and the Ugly and Silence of the Yams. We get a great shot of Quark with a gun just shooting at a pile, just sacks of potatoes. Sweet potatoes.
I don't care how sweet they are. Mm-hmm. I hate them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he says.
Yeah. Quark wins the award and he celebrates. And Robotnik has got to deal with that. Doofus starts openly rebelling and turning into, like, cool dudes. He like, turns into a skateboarder. Later on, he, like, turns into a surfer.
Do you like that?
He's literally
every
so
time
cool.
he rebels, Quark kind of talks to him like an angry mom. He's always like, "Hey, young man, knock it off."
Knock it off. The next like plan they have works perfectly. Sonic and Tails they like go separate ways, and Sonic and Tails meet with both of them to tell them they're in like Quarkland in Robotnik City, and Quarkland is about to start a war on Robotnik, and there's no ducks allowed in Robotnik City.
Or half ducks, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or weird duck creatures.
Any sort of, like, duck creature. But, yeah, they turn against each other, and Doofus is turned against them, and he leaves.
Bye, Doofus.
Yeah.
Say hi to Robotnik Jr. for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go hang out with him. I would love
a team up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna write to the IDW comic writers right now and be like, so I got some ideas.
Yeah, what if Starline built a really sexy robot?
Made of goo.
And just like underline goo a couple times.
Just add in some sound effects for him.
Mm-hmm.
What if Robotnik had a son?
Mm-hmm. What if Robotnik had he does have multiple children.
I do remember us talking about this.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
Do you not remember? His cool
No.
son? Who was evil?
Yeah, there's Robotnik Jr. from this, but some more modern stuff that, like...
I meant from, like, the modern stuff. I knew his son from here.
Yeah, there's Belle in the IDW comics, who he built when he was nice and doesn't remember building, but she's still kind of his daughter. There's also Sage from the more recent, from Frontiers.
Oh, yeah, I know Sage.
Very explicitly, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course there's Metal Sonic, his robot son.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
of course.
yeah.
He does not treat
He has,
Metal
like,
Sonic
some
like
children in the Archie comics that are, like, insane.
Right.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, no.
I do remember, we probably brought it up at some point, he does get a cool Terminator robot daughter.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. There's also, like, an extended family at some point. Like, they're not like his kids, they're just, like, his brother and his brother's family.
Oh,
and we'll have
found
to
a picture of her.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna download that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Doofus, having fully rebelled, he's just too smart to work with an evil genius, and Robotnik tells Quark that that's why you make your robots stupid, so they don't know better and won't turn against you.
Yeah, that's why you make them stupid.
That's why you do that.
Yeah, he did it on purpose. He meant to fuck up all his plans.
Post Robotnik's daughter. Speaking of baddies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also Robotnik's son.
Oh, cool. Oh, wait. Hang on. I don't remember this guy. I'm gonna have to look forward to... Oh, shit! That's fucking... Oh, my God.
You good?
I think this is some Tommy Turtle shit. We'll learn about Tommy Turtle someday.
I'm looking at his wiki right now. His name is Adam.
Oh, right. That's right.
I was
I think it's...
Template. Turtle / nanites.
Yeah.
Damn, so true.
Damn, it's true.
Mm-hmm. I think when they made up this guy, maybe they... Well, it was the time of Venom.
This was the age of goo.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Oh, shout out to the time he looked like Clockwork from Sly Cooper.
Great stuff. But at this point, Quark just, I guess he loses it. He starts quacking and he flies away.
Yeah,
with
what the
a
fuck?
flock of geese, or I guess ducks, whatever.
Just like Dr. Starline.
Yeah, Dr. Starline's gonna do that someday.
I can't wait.
And then Robotnik gets shot with a duplicator ray at the last second. And these two Robotniks start arguing with each other, and they say, "We hate that hedgehog."
His true enemy, his true rival himself.
Yes. It's like the edit of... It's like the 4chan edit of that joke book. His own clone, now neither of them can be virgins.
That's true.
So true.
And for our Sonic Says, we see Robotnik and Quark in a little foot race, and they keep trying to cheat, and they ruin each other's plans and sort of both lose. Because cheaters never prosper.
Except when they do.
Except when they do. All the time. In the real world.
Yeah.
So... that sort of wraps up our discussion for this week. So, let's see. Should I roll or do asks first? We did get some questions.
I think we do asks usually.
Yeah, I think we normally
Yeah, I
asks.
think that's right. Yeah, alright. If you want to send in a question, you can send it to our Twitter or Tumblr or our Discord. Those are all... Yeah, Twitter is @ShuffleSonic. Tumblr is the Sonic Shuffle. And our Discord should be available from both. Sorry, I accidentally clicked on the wrong channel. Right, so, our first, we've got a couple questions, from a couple different people. First one, we've got two from Jasmine Sidmon. First one is, would a Nightcore remix of Sonic's theme song turn into a sensation a la Hamster Dance to the Rooster, or Hamster Dance to the Rooster song in Robin Hood? Oh, that's right! The Hamster Dance song is based on a Robin Hood song. I forgot about that.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
oh wait, yes I did.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah. Well, as far as, like, let me think. There are some weird Sonic remixes that do have that sort of energy. Look up Supersonic Dance Attack or My Name is Sonic. They aren't like sensations, but if you want something with that energy, look them up.
Yeah, the Nightcore of this would go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Next question from Emmy the Mouse. So we've had a lot of well-known vocalists appearing on main themes for Sonic games. Who do you want to hear singing in the next one? Also, who would you completely refuse to play a Sonic game if they sang the theme song.
Okay, I have the one... Wait, no, I forgot the singer's name. Never mind.
Uh-huh.
Who played in the newest Pokemon game?
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
I mean, I still played Pokemon even though he fucking was in it.
Yeah, but I fucking skipped that part.
Yeah.
I just turned my DS off at that section.
Yeah, By
DS, I mean Switch.
Like, there are some pretty shitty singers, both, like, ethically and morally, but, like, I can't think of anyone that I can say if they sang the Sonic theme. I mean...
I would hate it if Hobo Johnson sang it also.
Uh-huh.
Machine Gun Kelly should be on the next one.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
That's right. That is reminding me. Machine Gun Kelly was in the recent Tony Hawk remake.
Oh no.
But you can turn the song off.
Thank
you can
God.
Remove it from the playlist. Like, you can choose whatever songs you do or don't want to hear. So it's not... you could do worse, I suppose.
Yeah, but for his section in the newest Sonic game, it would be unskippable.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Unskippable cutscene before a boss fight.
You can't even turn down the volume for some reason.
Yeah, like, the dialogue is crucial, but Machine Gun Kelly is also there.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on how big the situation escalated, where because after a certain point I would just feel guilty playing the video game. But I would say it would be more connected to a broader phenomena than an individual's performance.
But who would you want on the Sonic soundtrack?
Who would I want?
Yeah.
Well,
good question.
Let's see.
You can't say 100 Gex.
I wasn't going to, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
This is speaking directly to Emmy. You can't say 100 Gex.
So rude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you gotta know, something you've gotta know about my musical tastes is that I basically only listen to novelty songs and, songs from video games.
I mean, you could, I feel like you could have Weird Al do it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Weird
gonna say.
Al
Weird
on
Al.
a Sonic?
Get Weird Al to do a Sonic song. I don't know.
Oh, that would rule.
Let's see what he's got.
I want to hear...
Yeah, let's see what he's cooking.
I want to hear someone unexpected do a Sonic song, but, like, someone... Like, we find out a musician who, loves Sonic, and is just, like, does it or something.
Yeah, Paramore.
Yo! Paramore would be very funny, because then it would be like, wow, they're on the Twilight soundtrack and they're on the Sonic soundtrack. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Pretty good combination of things there.
I'm going with, pop culture icons that I could see just weirdly being in a Sonic game, and I'm thinking Lil Nas X.
Ooh, yeah. Dude,
yeah,
I want to...
You'd have to be Lil Nas X.
I want to see Lil Nas X put in his Sonic OC into the game.
Yeah, please.
I don't know who it would be. I don't know what it would be, but I want to see it so bad.
Yeah. And, I mean, we can't decide one for him.
Then a tweet from the podcast account. What's your Sonic OC, Lil Nas X?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Our next... Oh, another question from Emery. If music were banned, what podcasts would you dance to?
This one, baby, let's go!
Hey!
Yeah,
never believe it.
Never believe it, yeah, true.
You know what I'm thinking about? Like, those, videos where, drummers, drum to the beat of a conversation in a TV show. I'm gonna do that, but with dancing. I'm gonna say... I'm trying to think of I'm thinking Behind the Bastards. I don't know.
Interesting.
I've been listening to them lately because they're doing a series on Vince McMahon.
They do have, the song in between for commercial breaks and stuff, so... Yeah.
Oh, you know what I would dance to, now that I'm thinking about it? any given like Bunta Vista
Oh, yeah.
segment intro.
Yeah, I jam out to the Bunta Vista hotline.
Yeah. The Bunta Vista hotline, the Country Road song about a crab.
Yeah.
Dick.
So, yes.
Well, what's my all-time favorite
Rubber
Bunta
crabs,
Vista
stick your
intro?
dick.
Smells that make you go, or what's that smell? I love that song.
I do like the RoboCop section that goes on too long.
Yeah, Crime Watch. Great bit. Let's see. Next question from Teddy. If Brad Quark showed up in the Sonic comics, what weird and fun way do you think they'd change him?
They would give him cowboy boots with spurs, a cool glove, a shitty little comb over, and a duck bill.
Uh-huh. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
the more
that's what I do.
the more you talk about it, the more I'm like, wow, maybe you do think he was proto fucking Starline.
I mean,
It's right there.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a big jump to make, I think.
It's not that big of a reach.
No.
It's just that Starline is significantly sexier.
Yeah, that's true.
God.
Let's see.
Although Brandon Quark does have sharp teeth, like a shark.
Yeah.
So true.
Or a duck.
Right now I'm just looking up this one artist I follow on DeviantArt who loves to like do Sonic fan art of like really obscure characters.
You're trying to see if they know.
Brandon Quark, but I cannot. I don't want to skim through this right now to like find it. Let's see. So I'll move on to the next question. Our final question for today. James the Cat Girl asks, if there's a league of evil scientists and Eggman got kicked out of their group, what silly thing would he have done to get kicked out? And I think it would involve like a major faux pas or embarrassing himself at a meeting.
It was the time his big round ass sat on the self-destruct button.
Yeah. I think...
Yeah, maybe he, like, forgot to wear their evil guy hats or something.
He keeps bringing their kids over.
Yeah, he keeps bringing his kids over. He has this, like... He's just terrible. He never brings anything to the potlucks.
He doesn't wash his hands.
If he ever does, like, get convinced to bring something to potlucks, it always has, like, eggs in it.
It's always eggs, or... He's
like,
just,
got his egg salad all up in here, and it's like, it's not that good, dude. Like...
It's a really bad egg
he
salad.
never, like, tells people when there's an allergen in his food. They're like, hey, don't bring something with peanuts in it. And he's like, what was that? I'm mixing peanuts into my egg salad.
Yeah, and he tells them, like, oh, that's just what an evil guy does. But it's like, no, dude, this is... this is supposed to be a neutral zone where we talk about evil shit.
He ends everything with, like, because I'm evil. And they're like, dude, shut up.
Shut up. We already kicked some people out for that. So yeah, that's why he got kicked out.
Okay, but there are so many different versions of Eggman. Do you think they would all be like this?
No.
I think some of them would. I think Boom Eggman would do this shit.
Yeah, Boom Egg would do this, but knowingly.
Boom Eggman's like too nice. Like, almost. Like, I hate... Like, he's not evil enough to be...
Oh, Boom Eggman would do this, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know it's a faux pas.
Yeah,
he's being genuine.
He thinks he's just being nice.
Yeah, or like, I feel like there's... I swear he did get kicked out of something, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think we're actually doing a bit where he did bring egg salad.
Yeah.
Isn't that in an episode?
Was that...
I don't remember.
I know
there was a potluck in the Lightning Bolt Society episode. I don't remember if he brought egg salad or whatever, but he did. He was a very rude potluck guest.
Yeah, I was like, I kind of remember the Lightning Bolt stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a potluck in that one.
typing in Lightning Bolt Society, Sonic.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for next episode. That's a 0, which is miscellaneous, which means we're going back to the Sonic the Hedgehog Adventure Gamebook, and maybe, just maybe, we'll finally find out who the fuck Ravis is.
I was like,
I can't fucking wait to meet Ravis.
Should we go back? It was all over the place.
Yeah, I remember us ending that, not knowing where the fuck we were.
Yeah, I'll go back to the episode, but actually,
It's fine.
It was fun. I'm just like, do we know what to do next? I don't know if we do.
What's next is that we have to meet Ravis.
I think maybe my ebook reader will open us up to whatever page we are last. And I did keep track of our stats. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Good.
Alright. So we'll try to go back to that next week. I guess if that doesn't work out, we can watch, like, Sonic Prime or something. That'll be our backup plan.
Yeah, we can just reread the Hydroxian.
This is... never mind. I'll
make our gendered mood boards with just pictures of Tikal.
Fuck. You did do that, huh?
I did do that.
It wasn't just pictures of Tikal, but I love that Tikal was on it, and so was Starline, because you're like, I don't know if I want to be him, or want to be with him, and I'm like, that's such a
I don't know if I want to be him, or if I want to just make fun of him.
I don't recall where we posted the gender mood board.
That's in Check Out the Sky Discord.
Yeah. Go to...
Formerly the Digimon Ghost Game Discord.
Yeah, formerly Digimon Ghost
Games. Go look
Games.
up that Discord as well. Might as well shout them out.
Digimon Ghost Games is probably where you're gonna find it for now, because we haven't actually put out an episode yet.
I would check again.
So,
Oh.
That's a good point to talk about some plugs.
Maybe we did, I don't know.
Yeah.
Emery just dropped the episode.
Fuck! You're right!
Really?
Fuck! I'm an idiot. Help! I didn't know, because they were
Holy shit.
Because they were talking about talking to Matt for the thing. I didn't know.
During this recording,
Great.
Emery dropped the first episode of Check Out This Guy.
Fuck.
I'll talk a little bit more about that after I do my own plugs.
Yeah.
You can find me at a lot of places, and you can find biggerchallenge.card.co. That includes my other podcasts, which include Pod of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. We are currently we are a week away from starting our Cup of Greed Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Depending on when this goes up, it'll either be underway or about to start or have already happened. It's the weekend of June 4th. So, I don't know, look at your calendar. You can listen to Video Games, the Movie, the podcast, a video game movie review podcast that I do with my friend Maxie. We ended up putting off this week's recording due to streaming events I'll be involved with over the next 2 weekends. But, but hopefully by the time this goes up, you'll be able to hear our episode on the Angry Birds movie, wherein we talk about this very 2010s kids movie featuring Josh Gad.
In which Josh Gad is a very horny bird.
He is a very horny bird, yes. Next time we talk about an episode, it'll be for Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
A good movie.
You could listen to... those are my main podcasts that are active right now. You can listen to... you can visit Twitter, Tumblr, co-host. It's all there. want to particularly shout out at Xbox_Holiday, where Usher celebrates holidays with Xbox. SGDQ is coming up, so I'll say happy SGDQ Xbox. And happy birthday Cosmic Kiryu. There's my Fur Affinity, where I post my commissions. You can see stuff by all sorts of artists. Some of them are pornographic, so watch out.
Oh no!
Maybe I'll cut that out. I don't know, but who cares?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're all adults here.
Yeah.
Moving on. Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Tumblr and Twitter. You can find me at Gengar on co-host. You can also find me on my other podcasts. Forward ReZero, a ReZero Watch podcast. We finished semi-recently Digimon Ghost Gaze, a Digimon Ghost Game Watch podcast, and check out This Guy, a podcast where we talk about original characters. Both our own and future guests will be on it too. And we will also, I don't know, we're still trying to figure out the tagline for it. But yeah, it's... We're making guys and we're checking out guys.
Yeah, the thing about check out This Guy is that his name is the tagline.
True, but like sometimes we're making a guy on the podcast. That's my idea. Like in the future we're gonna try to make a guy too.
Submit a prompt to make a guy.
Yeah.
Enticing.
I know.
So check out that podcast for Check Out This Guy. That's it for me, so. Devon.
You can find me on a podcast called We Rate Queerbait, where we explore the blurry lines between homies and homos. The latest episode was on House MD with special guest Scott. A show that's normal.
It's such a normal show.
It's such a normal show.
Yeah.
Bonus plug, check out Housebound, the house podcast.
Great name for a house podcast.
For real.
Bonus plug. Watch the show House MD.
Fuck you. I will not.
A cornerstone of 2000s television.
One of the most 2000s show of all time.
Listen, there was a war going on. They hit the towers. America was on one for a while.
America is still on one. But it was bad.
So true.
Let's see. You can. Is there anything else you want to shout out?
No, I don't have any other podcasts.
Yeah.
All right. Then you can find us on Twitter at ShuffleSonic, on Tumblr, thesonicshuffle.tumblr.com. We don't have a co-host. We have a Discord. It's not very active, but it's a great place to submit questions. And you can find us on Noisepace.xyz. It's called that because it's run by a Canadian named Matt GameCube. And there are lots and lots of different shows on it. And maybe you remember this, or maybe you're new to this. We do a special method of shout-outs. I call it the alphabetical shout-out, where we just sort of read one every week in alphabetical order. So, this week we will be reading the very first one alphabetically, which actually did release an episode very recently, called And Also With You, a Star Wars podcast. That's 3 ellipses followed by and. It's a Nikki Flowers and Echo Vessel joint. It is a very silly, high concept podcast. Once a year, every May 4th, they talk about 1 minute of the film Star Wars: A New Hope. I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't think Nikki Flowers or Echo Vessel are going to live for 210 years.
That's what you think.
So you say.
Yeah, maybe there'll be maybe we'll invent immortality machines by then.
Yeah, when the med beds come out.
Yeah. Yes. So go check that out. Very recently released their 4th episode. You can check out. That's our alphabetical shout out. And so I had an idea for our secondary shout out that we want to do. I'm going to look at my podcast queue and just I'm a chronic podcast subscriber. I listen to a lot of podcasts. And more accurately, I just put a lot that I will listen to maybe someday. But this week's Q shout out is A More Civilized Age, a Star Wars podcast. Rob Zachney, Natalie Watson, Ali Akampora, and Austin Walker go through Star Wars cartoons. Specifically, they went through all of Clone Wars. They've covered a couple movies.
Mostly all of Clone Wars.
Oh, did they not cover all of Clone Wars?
They didn't cover season 7. Yeah, season 7. So the listeners could feel the agony of having to wait in a long hiatus. Great. Like real Clone Wars watchers did.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
That's so silly.
But, very exciting to hear. The most recent episode went up, according to Pocket Casts yesterday, so May 24th, presumably.
Yep.
Their 63rd episode, on
Damn.
Star Wars Rebels episodes 3 through 5. Go listen to that podcast. It's really good. It does admittedly feel very silly to shout out a significantly more popular podcast than ours, but hey, maybe you haven't listened to it.
Yeah, maybe you were like, I don't give a shit about Star Wars. And we're shouting out 2 Star Wars podcasts today.
Uh-huh.
I've heard people who,
May the 25th be with you.
Don't even care that much about Star Wars, really like Civilized Age, though.
Yeah, it's good. You get to hear the Joyous Gamer give Star Wars takes.
Yeah.
It's really fun. That's everything to talk about this week. So, until next time, Sonic the Hedgehog is real, he is strong, and he is my friend.
He is the only blue life that matters.
The only one.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.